Hello guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for watching my videos. My name is Natasha, I'm a polyglot, I'm fluent in 9 languages, and here on my channel I'm sharing tips and tricks for language learning. In today's video, I decided to share some tips, tricks and sources for learning German. German is very popular language to learn, mostly in Europe, but also all around the world. And if you're learning German, I would say that you're very lucky because it's a popular language to learn and Germans are doing a great job in providing so many free sources online that you can use for learning this language. So in today's video, I'm going to give you some recommendations. I'm going to share some free online sources for learning German, and also I'm going to recommend you some shows and movies that you can watch online that are going to help you learn this or improve this language. Before I start sharing those sources and TV shows with you, I want to tell you a little bit more about my relationship with German language because I feel that it is a little bit complicated and I'm not a typical beginner when it comes to learning this language. So in the beginning, I said that I'm fluent in 9 languages, but to be honest with you, I should be saying that I'm fluent in 9.5 languages because all the knowledge I have from German language is so big that it should count as half of a language. Some of you that follow me for a long time know that I used to learn German back when I was in elementary school. I used to learn it for 4 years. I always had best grades in German. I never had a problem in school with German, but still I don't speak German. This is the best proof that having good grades in school doesn't mean you actually know something. In fact, I feel that even having the university degree doesn't mean you know something. And I want to explain you why is it like that in my case. So I have always loved languages. I enjoyed learning languages. I learned 8 foreign languages in my life, but German was always a problem for me. Reason number 1 is, of course, horrible school system in my country. That is very old-fashioned, very focused on memorizing unnecessary stuff and learning for grades instead of learning for life. That is probably the main reason why I never managed to actually become fluent in German when I was a kid, even though I learned it for 4 years. I always thought that this is the case only with Eastern European countries. But then a long time ago, I made a video here on my channel where I was trying to explain to people why learning languages in school is actually not really beneficial. I will link that video in the description. But then I realized that a lot of you guys are following me from different countries, and a lot of you told me or wrote in the comments that the school system in your country and learning languages in school is pretty much the same everywhere. So I'm a little bit confused and kind of sad because it seems that no matter where you come from, if you're from Europe or even the US, it seems that learning languages in school doesn't really result in success unless you dedicate your time outside of school to learning those languages. So this is first reason why my German never became good enough for me to speak. Another reason is the fact that everyone from my country learns German. Not only from my country, but pretty much whole Balkans learns German. We all learn it in school as second foreign language. English is, of course, the first one. And that is one of the reasons why I personally feel that I never managed to learn it as a kid. I was always interested in learning languages, but also when I was a teenager, same as all teenagers, wanted to be special and different, and I didn't want to do something that everyone else does. So when I started high school, I decided to ditch German and pick Italian instead. So that's what I was learning in high school. And also, as I said, I wanted to be special and different, and I was thinking like, okay, everyone is learning German, I'm going to be different, and I'm going to start learning Greek and Portuguese and Albanian and all those weird languages that are not really popular or equally useful as German in my country. So this is the reason number 2. And third reason is the fact that my country and all other Balkan countries have very close connection to Germany. That connection is historical, geographical. Everyone in Europe has connection to Germany. But also a lot of people from my country go to Germany to work. They go there to find better life, better jobs. It's perfect choice for people from that part of the world because it's still close enough to home so you can travel often, but also it offers great standard of life, good jobs, good salaries. And somehow there is this idea of Germany in the Balkans that it should be the ultimate goal for every person. If you are good in school, you are kind of expected to, learn German and then go there to study, either to Germany or to Austria, or to, after finishing university, you should kind of try to go to Germany to find better life there. So when anyone from the Balkans talks to you, if you're a good student, you're kind of expected to try to go to Germany in order to find better life. Lots of people from the Balkans do that. Lots of people are born in Germany, even though they're from the Balkans. Even my mom was born there. A lot of people of her generation were born there because their parents went there as workers back in the day. My grandparents used to work there for a very long time. So Germany was always seen as the biggest goal in life for every Balkan person. I think that's changing a little bit these days because people are also choosing to go to other countries. But this was one of the reasons why I was never really interested in Germany. First of all, I wanted to be different. Second of all, I was always very curious about world, and going to and following the same path as everyone else from my country was something that I really was not interested in. I would rather go to, I don't know, Asia and live there than go to Germany. That was my way of thinking back in the day. Just to make it short, this is not supposed to be a critique of Germany. I think it's a great country, great place to live. It's just not the country that I was ever interested in. So this was one of the reasons why I never was interested enough in German language, and I was not trying to learn it. But still, I was good in school. I still have a lot of knowledge from this language. My vocabulary is actually pretty good in German. I'm just not able to speak it fluently. So now, 100 years after I finished school, I decided to try to repeat a little, to get back in touch with German language, because I feel that it's sad that I have dedicated so many years to learning it and I still know so many words. I understand 70% of written texts in German, or even when Germans speak, I do understand a lot. So I feel it's sad not to actually improve this knowledge a little bit so I can be able to say that I actually speak 10 languages instead of only 9. So a few weeks ago, I decided to start learning German again. So I'm not typical beginner. I already know a lot, and I know a lot of good sources for you to learn German in case you are interested in that. So I want to share that with you today. So as I said in the beginning, in a case you decided to learn German, you're super lucky because it is such a popular language choice for learning, and there are so many sources online that you can access for free. However, these sources are not all of the same quality, and the best one, in my opinion, for learning German is Deutsche Welle. Deutsche Welle is an international broadcaster. It publishes news in more than 30 different languages, I think 32 if I'm not wrong, which is great. But the best thing about Deutsche Welle is, in my opinion, that it offers German course for foreigners, and it's completely free online. The best thing about this is the fact that it doesn't matter if you are a beginner in German or you are someone who already has some knowledge from this language, as I do. You can do your placement test. You can kind of figure out what level are you on, and you can start with lessons on that level. Deutsche Welle comes as an app. You can install an app on your phone for learning languages, but if you're someone who is a little bit old-fashioned and not really good with technology like me, you can also access it on your computer or on your phone. You don't even need the app. I have known about this Deutsche Welle language learning course for a very long time, and I have never found anything that's remotely as good as this one. I think they explain both grammar and expressions really well. It's good for beginners who have no idea about the German language at all. It's also good for those of us who already kind of know something like I do. And it also has C1 and C2 lessons for those of you who already speak fluent German and you just need to improve it a little bit. So I think that if you are, no matter what level you're on and no matter how good or bad with languages you are, Deutsche Welle is the best source for learning German, in my opinion. You can also read news in German there. You can also follow them on Instagram or Facebook, as I do, to get more in touch with the language. And please let me make sure this is not a paid promotion or anything like that. I'm really recommending it because I believe that this is the best source for learning German you can find online, and it's completely free of charge. Another source that's good is Easy German. Easy German is something that I follow on Instagram, but I also follow them on YouTube, and I think it's great for everyone, but especially for those of you who already have a little bit of knowledge in German and you kind of understand a little bit. They make very good videos where they speak German and they interview people on the street, which is very popular on social media lately. They do this obviously in Germany, in different cities, and they ask them different questions about, sometimes it's about German culture, sometimes it's about world events, and you know, all those funny questions where people just walk on the street, someone stops them and they ask different people same question. So it's not only good for language learning, but also for getting to know German culture and the way German mentality, the way German people think. What I also find great about these videos is the fact that they always go to different city in Germany, so you can kind of hear the difference in different dialects or accents, which is something that is usually very complicated for everyone when you start learning language. In school or in language course, you always learn like standard language. But then sometimes when you actually go to that country and when you start talking to people from different parts of the country, you can get a little bit confused because they all sound different and you're not able to understand. So I think that Easy German videos are really great in explaining you German mentality and helping you to get to know Germany even before you actually travel there. Again, I'm recommending it because I think it's a great source for learning and practicing your German, not because someone told me or paid me for that. Another source that I decided to use this time when it comes to learning German is this book that I got from Amazon. It had really good reviews. It's actually 80 short stories in German, 4 books in one, for 4 different levels of language learning, from the beginner till advanced. However, from what I have had only this book only for a few days. I have read a few of the stories, but I wouldn't really say that this is for beginners. So in a case you're someone like me who already knows a little bit of German, I think that this is great because I, for example, cannot only learn language online. I need some kind of paper. I need to have a book in my hands because I'm a little bit old-fashioned. So this book actually helps me with my vocabulary. It helps me just with reading. However, I wouldn't really say that it's for beginners because if I didn't know so many words already, I wouldn't really be able to enjoy and to actually use this book for learning. But as I said, if you are intermediate level or advanced, I think that this book is amazing. It's not even expensive. I think it was like $30 or so, and it's helping me so far. It works for me great. And now I'm going to recommend you some TV shows that I have been watching in German that are also good for as for language learners, but also for those of you who just want to listen to German, and also for those of you who don't even learn German in case you're watching this video. These shows are so interesting that you should definitely watch them just, for fun. So in a case you're just starting with German and you're a beginner, the best movie that I can recommend you is Nico's Weg. It's on YouTube. It's also provided by Deutsche Welle. There are 3 movies in total for A1, A2, and B1 level. So as I said, this is perfect for beginners. These movies are about a Spanish guy who comes to Germany for work, and then he is meeting new German friends. This is not a movie that you watch because you want to watch a movie and you're expecting something very exciting or interesting. This is a movie, or movies, in this case 3 movies, that are made purely for language learning, and they're for beginners. They're great because on one hand they are going to teach you a little bit of German. Actors that play there are pronouncing everything perfectly. They're not talking too fast, which is great for beginners. And also, since it's a movie that's made for language learning, they repeat certain expressions few times, so you have time to actually write them down for later. And what I like the most about this is, even though it's a movie that's made for learning a language for beginner level, it's not boring. Most of the movies in all other languages that I have learned that are made for language learners are kind of boring. They're really not done that well. This one is not boring, although as I said, it's not something like very exciting that you watch for fun, but it is a great source for beginners, and I would definitely recommend you to start watching these 3 movies. As I said, A1, A2, and B1 level, and I watched all 3 of them and I loved it. Now let's go back on more exciting shows. One of my favorite shows ever, not only in German but in general, is a show named Dark. It's on Netflix. It has 3 seasons. It's a German show that you can watch, of course, in English as well, or in German with English subtitles. I decided to watch it in German with German subtitles because I already know a little bit of German, but if you're a beginner, I would definitely recommend you to watch it in German with English subtitles. This show is great. I don't want to share too much because I don't want to reveal what's going on in there, but it's taking place in a small town in Germany, and people are traveling through time there, which is a little bit unrealistic, but still very interesting. There are a lot of mysteries, family secrets. I would definitely recommend this one to everyone who is looking for a Netflix show to watch, even without having to learn German, but it's also great for learning German, and it's kind of good way for you to get to know German cinematography a little bit. Another show, and this one is my favorite, is Deutschland 83 or 83. I sound so cute in German. It's definitely my favorite show. I like it even more than Dark. I think it's available on Amazon Prime, and it might be available on a few other platforms. I'm not sure which ones because I watched it on Amazon Prime, and it's very good. It has 3 seasons because it's taking place in 83, 86, and 89. And as we all know, that time in Germany was really interesting. It's about a guy who becomes a spy, which is usually my favorite topic in all movies and TV shows. I love watching stuff about spies, and I know that I'm not the only one. It's great also if you want to just watch something for fun. Actors are good. It's really interesting if you want to learn a little bit more about Germany's history back in the 80s. And also it's great for language learning. I definitely recommend this one to everyone. So I hope you received some useful information from this video. I hope your German language learning process is going to be easy. If you're someone who already speaks German or who is more advanced in this language, please let me know in the comments if you have any sources for learning German that you would recommend to me and to all of us that are watching this video. Also, feel free to recommend TV shows and movies in German, not only for language learning, but just something that would be interesting to watch. I'm always looking for new shows and movies. And thank you so much for watching. See you soon.